Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League Optimum Classic, Pro Bikini, Pro Wellness, Pro Figure, and Pro Women's Physique results. Everybody looked amazing. This was a great show. And now in terms of Olympia, last year's top 3 in each of these divisions are already qualified. And then the winner of each division at this show is going to also be qualified for the 2024 Olympia. Very exciting. Okay, so let's begin with Women's Bikini Open. In first place, Ashley. Second, Sierra. Third, Luciana. Fourth, Stephanie. Fifth, Alessia. And looking at the numbers, it was very even across the board. So here's Alessia in 5th place. I love seeing her in the top 5. It's been a little while, and I think she is beautiful. The first thing I noticed was her gorgeous conditioning and the line coming down her leg. I think she's got a great outline of her quad, beautiful curvy hamstrings, nice size in her glute, beautiful sweep to the quad of the back leg. She's got some great definition into her abs, a really easy, clear to see oblique. Just overall, she looks really beautiful. Nice curve to the delt here, but I do think she loses the fullness and the roundness to the delt in the back arm. So maybe she could play with the wrist or where to place the hand on her stomach just to try to keep the curve in the back arm to match the curve in this arm. The other thing that I notice about Alessia is she's very muscular, but she comes across as being very upper body thick in the lats, in the shoulders. She's got good width, but I almost would love to see her open her chest more towards the front. So her stomach to me is perfect. Her waist looks little. Her profile view of the legs is perfect as well. So I would keep everything exactly as it is, but I would open up the shoulders more so that the curve of the delt is further out and this delt comes further forward. I think that would do a great job of highlighting the hourglass physique, showing off the smallness of her waist without being so much of that fullness in the upper body. Maybe you'll see what I mean when we see her side by side with the other competitors. But still, I think she looks really beautiful. The color of her suit, her striking blonde hair, the gorgeous lipstick color, her tan looks gorgeous, and her conditioning is beautiful. So I think this is a really great look. Okay, next and fourth is Stephanie. The very first thing I noticed were her shoulders and how beautifully rounded both the front and the back shoulder look. She did a really great job maintaining that gorgeous shape. I think she's doing a really excellent job as well of showing how small her midsection is and keeping her upper body beautifully to the front. So we see the shoulders, we see that width across her clavicle, we see a little bit of the lat, and we just see this tiny midsection. She's got great obliques, beautiful ab definition, and lovely legs. One thing I did notice though is that while she has nice definition, I'm loving the outlining of her delts, the abs. She's got beautiful detail in this front leg. The definition might be a tad bit too much in the legs. We're losing like a smooth, curved, full roundness to the quad sweep, and instead we're getting kind of like some grooves and bumps in the muscle. So I think a slightly smoother look would be a really nice thing to try, just to kind of soften up some of those harsh lines. She's very muscular. I think it looks amazing, but I think just a little bit more softness in the legs would be a really great thing. But I love her suit. I think her hair is perfect. Great makeup. Her eyes look really big and bright. I think she's stunning. Okay, next and third is Luciana, and she's posing very differently than the other girls. A lot more towards the front. You see her full midsection. You see both obliques. Her stomach is so flat, really great definition into the abs. She's got beautiful lats, nice curves in the delts, but I do think when we see her in the lineups, she could have more size in those shoulders. They're beautifully shaped, nice round, but I think bigger would be a little better to balance with that amazing glute. She really has some nice size in the glutes. The curves are gorgeous. Great detail. That line coming down the leg looks great. Nice definition in the back leg as well. But yeah, from a balance perspective, I think her upper body could have a little bit more width, and also be careful with the symmetry and keeping the shoulders level. Like right now, this shoulder is lower than this one. I'm seeing an angle here. I know it's subtle. It's not a huge thing, but I think if she could get her shoulders to be straight across, that would help also in just really showing the width of her upper body, so that you get some crazy ratios between the shoulders, the tiny waist, and the very large, beautiful round glute. But of course, I love her pink colored suit. It looks beautiful on her. Very bold, long jewels. The earrings look great. I think she could have done a brighter lip to match the suit a little more, but otherwise I think she looks stunning. Okay, next in second place is Sierra. Beautiful posing. I think she's doing a great job of maintaining the curve in her delt. Her shoulders are level. You see the gorgeous lat and the small midsection. Her waist looks really tiny, but her shoulders are open and her chest is towards the front. So you have that nice triangular shape from the shoulders down to the waistline. She has beautiful size in her legs, really nice definition as well, and a good softness to the top. I think she could, though, have a darker tan and more pop. So she needs more glaze. She needs more sheen and shine. She looks very monotone. So I think the definition could have been deeper. The outlining of the delts could have been sharper. Maybe this groove a little bit easier to see. And then just more glossiness highlighting some of those muscles. I think she's kind of fading away in the lights. And I want to see more glitz and glam and glitter in her skin itself. But I think her physique looks great, her suit is beautiful, and her posing is fabulous. Okay, Ashley in first place, doing absolutely everything that I want to see. She's got shine and gloss, highlighting her delts, the obliques, her hip, the bottom of her quad. Like, just, she's glowy and shiny and so beautiful. Her tan is a dark, rich color. It's even. The definition looks beautiful. You really notice the line in her hamstring. You notice the groove in her hip. You notice her beautiful ab definition, that little bit of a line outlining the delts. Like, she really nailed it. Then, of course, her posing is beautiful. You see nice curves in the shoulders of both of the arms. Her shoulders are level. She's showing off that hourglass shape with that really tiny waistline up into the broadness of her shoulders. So you see that upside down triangle so beautifully, and her legs look perfect. You get a nice view of her glute and the hamstring, and the back leg, you get that curvy hamstring as well as the curvy round quad. So she's got definition where you need it, but softness where you need it. Glowy, glistening, shining, gleaming skin, and just overall beautiful as ever. Love the green suit, love the red lip, and I love the very sleek, shiny, straight hair. She nailed it. Okay, so here's everyone side by side. The first thing I notice is Sierra's tan. Needs to be darker, needs to have more shine, right? Do you agree with me? The next thing I notice is Luciana. I think she's got amazing legs, beautiful glutes, but her shoulders compared to Ashley and Stephanie, not quite enough. I think she needs a little bit more size to the shoulders. Next thing I notice is Alessia. I do think she needs to pose with a little bit more of her upper body towards the front. Keep the waist as it is. It looks perfect. She's nice and upright, but more of this back shoulder showing through. Stephanie, I love her arms. I think she's got really great muscular athletic look, but definitely she could have a little bit more fullness and roundness into the legs. And of course, as for Ashley, beautiful as ever. Her skin is glowy. Her tan is rich. Her posing is very flattering to the hourglass shape. She's showing off a beautiful silhouette, great width between her shoulders, and just overall really round and curvy, but also nice definition. So she nailed it. And then from behind, absolutely beautiful. Everybody. I'm super impressed by Alessia's size. I think her glutes look tremendous. Sierra has some nice size as well, but I think the detail gets a little lost into her tie-ins. I think the definition could have been shown off a little better, maybe a little bit sharper. Luciana, I feel that she needs a little bit more hair to highlight her width up top and the narrowness in her waist. By her hair being so thin, I'm seeing so much skin on either side that it's kind of obscuring my perception of the triangle shape. Whereas Ashley, you just see shoulders and tiny waist. Luciana, I'm seeing a lot of skin. So I'd like to see a bit more fullness in the hair. Even Stephanie, I think, could have a little bit more fullness in the hair so that you just kind of see the shoulders and less of the back muscle. Ashley, of course, beautiful height in the glutes, but also a really clear and nicely defined glute ham tie-in, and the hamstrings themselves have really nice definition. And I love the curve she gets into the inside of her legs. So overall, I notice her shoulders, the tiny waist, and then the beautiful curves into her legs. So there is your Bikini Olympia list. And of course, Ashley was already qualified. Okay, moving on to women's wellness. 5 competitors. In first place, Chen Qi. Second, Taylor. Third, Jasmine. Fourth, Madison. And fifth, Sheila. And once again, very even in the scoring. So here's Sheila in 5th place. Oh man, she looks so good. I'm really drawn to her legs. I think she's got gorgeous curves, really nice size in the hamstrings, beautiful fullness in the glute. The quad, the definition really catches my eye, just how outlined it is here. I think she's got a nice midsection, very flat, nice and small. She's posing really well, so her shoulders look beautiful. But I do feel that she could have a little bit more width in the shoulders. So a little bit more size, or even just posing with a bit more of the shoulders coming outwards so that the arm falls a little bit more down. But I think overall she looks really beautiful. I love all the darkness in her makeup, in her hair, beautiful suit, and she's posing gorgeously. Okay, next in 4th is Madison, and boy, she's got beautiful legs, an amazing, curvy, bubbly, full hamstring, nice size in her glutes, a really tiny waistline, and nice shoulders too, very full, very round. But I'm not crazy about the pose. I know the profile does allow you to see really nicely this front leg and the small waist, but that's all I'm seeing. I don't get to see enough of the back leg, the balance between the symmetry between the two legs, the quad sweep. I'm not seeing that triangular shape in the upper body. It just looks very straight and not enough of that big wideness into the narrow waist back into the wide glute. So for me, I would love to see her pulling the shoulders more so that this shoulder comes further in line with the glute, this shoulder comes more frontwards, and then pulling this foot out a little bit more too, just so that we can see more of the curves of that back leg. But I'm loving her curly hair. The green suit is great with the brunette, and her face is nice and bright. She's got a big smile. So I think she's got a fabulous physique and beautiful features, but I would definitely make the posing so that we can see more of those beautiful features. Okay, next in 3rd place is Jasmine. Amazing definition. By far the most conditioned in this wellness division. She's really got a very sharply defined quad, a lot of detail in the back leg. Her calves are really popping. Crazy sharp oblique and beautiful upper body. She really has great detail. Her waist looks really small, nice flat midsection, nice shape into the muscles of her arms, beautiful size in the upper body. That's a nice complement to the lower body, but definitely the focus is on those legs. I think the black suit is very striking with that white crystal to the midline. Her hair, her big smile. She looks beautiful. One thing that I'm going to say that I don't typically say is I wouldn't mind seeing Jasmine pull her arm a little bit further from her body. I feel like certainly from this angle, her arm is really close to the glute. It's not covering or obstructing the glute, so that's fine. But I just wonder if the arm came out a little bit more, if it would allow you to see her shape a little bit better and just kind of draw your eye outwards so that you're really noticing the width down below. I'm fairly certain, if I remember correctly, in the lineup photo, she is doing that. She is pulling her arm a little further back, and I really like the way that it complements her physique. So that's the only thing. I think she's amazing. She's just incredible. Okay, next in second place is Taylor. So she's doing what I meant with the arm. It's just coming out a little bit further past the glute, and it gives a really nice little shape to the curve of her back and kind of draws your eye to her glute. I love it. She's got gorgeous skin. The tan is a great color. And what I notice on her is the curves. A lot of curve in the quad, curve to the hamstring, curve in the delts. It's really beautiful. She's got a nice small midsection, a good amount of detail in the oblique. The quad here looks nicely defined. It is a softer amount of definition than we saw on our third place winner for sure, but I do like that she's got this detail in her hip, the line outlining the quad. I wouldn't mind if there was a little bit more sharpness in the line, that teardrop shape here in the quad. But I think her upper body looks amazing. She looks very muscular and beautiful posing too. I think she's doing a great job of keeping that roundness in the back delt. She's showing a little bit of lat. She's showing off the oblique. But again, the focus is on that lower body, which I think looks really good. One thing though that I would say is I feel that she could have more showiness to her hair, more volume, more maybe a little bit of curl, or completely stick straight and glossy. I just feel like it could be more vibrant and a little bit more glittery. So just that's it. A minor little thing, aesthetic thing, but I think overall she looks beautiful. It's a great suit color on her skin tone. Very nice contrast, and I think she's gorgeous. Okay, now in first place, here is Chen Qi. She is stunning, and what first caught my eyes were her shoulders. She's got a lot of width and some beautiful size to the delts. You'll really see it in the lineup photo. She wasn't quite in the side pose in any of the individual photos, so I'm showing you two different poses here, just so that you can see the amount of size she has in her glutes, that gorgeous conditioning she has in the quad, both in the front here, down the side of her leg, but also in that gorgeous teardrop shape in the back leg. You can also see her midsection is gorgeous, extremely small, tight waistline, nice narrowing in, and a good triangular V-taper shape up into the shoulders. So again, it's not about the upper body, it's all about that lower body and wellness, but there has to be some nice overall silhouette, and she's got it. She looks gorgeous. Great conditioning, beautiful size. The only thing that I would comment on is, while I love the suit, I love the color, I love that her lipstick matches, I feel like the triangles could have been a little bit bigger and maybe rest a bit higher on her torso. That's it. I think she was stunning. Okay, so here's everyone side by side. First thing I noticed were our first place winner's shoulders. Beautiful, great shape, and then my gosh, what a tiny waist, and then into the gorgeous glute. She really has a nice overall silhouette. I think Taylor also has a really beautiful midsection, great conditioning into the delts. You really see the nice outlining there. Nice curve to the back leg. Jasmine, beautiful. I think she probably has the largest quads in this lineup. Certainly the most conditioning. I don't know if that's something that helps or harms, but I love it on Jasmine. I think the lines look so good on her physique. Sheila, incredible hamstrings, particularly where the glute and the hamstring come together here. No one else has such a full, bubbly, round curve to their hamstring like she does. It's gorgeous. Madison, beautiful. I think she's got a really nice shape and size to the glute. Her waist looks tiny, but here I think you can see how we're not seeing enough of that back leg. I just want to have a little bit more to look at. And then from behind, okay, Chen Qian first really takes it here. I think her glutes look full from the top of the width, but also down below, like right into the tie-ins, they're super full. The tie-ins go super low and they're very clear, easy to see, and really beautifully etched into her skin. I think Taylor, you don't quite see the tie-ins as well, nor does she have the size. Nobody really is having the size or the length as our first place winner. It's stunning. Jasmine, I definitely notice the quad sweep. I think for the size of her quads, she could have more width down in the lower part of her glutes. They're very round and high, but I'd love to see a little bit more to balance with the legs a little bit better. Sheila, gorgeous. I think her size is good. I do think she could maybe relax the arms a little bit, maybe let them come a bit more outwards rather than straight to the back. Madison, gorgeous shape, a really nice size, but perhaps a little leaner into the glutes themselves and a little bit deeper lines into the hamstrings, I think would have been nice. But overall, like, what a great top 5. And in terms of Olympia, there she is. Okay, moving on to Pro Figure. In first place, Madison. Second, Ashley. Third, Gabriella. Fourth, Danielle. And fifth, Shayna. And this time it was close. 1 point difference between first and second. Wow. Okay, here is Shanna in 5th place. She looks awesome. Nice size in the delts. Good lat spread. Nice small waist. Beautiful size in the legs. You're getting some nice definition into the quads, but I do think overall conditioning could have been a little bit more so that the lines were like outlining each individual part of the quad. I'd love to see a little bit more 6-pack, but I think her upper body has really nice detail coming through in the shoulders and the arm muscles. So yeah, just a little bit more of that finer detail coming through in the legs, I think would be great. But her posing is good, her size is good, and I'm really impressed by these very high, gorgeously rounded delts. And I love the suit color. Her makeup is very pretty. She looks really beautiful. Okay, next in 4th is Danielle. Amazing lat spread. Her V-taper is so big. She looks really muscular and dense. Great delts, lots of conditioning. You're seeing striations in those shoulders. Nice, smooth, flat midsection. Great detail into the obliques and gorgeous legs. I feel like she could probably have a little bit more roundness into the quad sweep. She's got a lot of detail coming through, but just considering how big the delts and lats are, I wouldn't mind a little bit more of that full round shape into the legs. Conditioning is good. You're seeing some nice outlining of the muscles. It's not quite as crazy as some of the others that we're seeing, but I think it looks really good. She's getting a nice amount of fullness into the quads and just overall a really impressive amount of muscle. Gorgeous suit, nice earrings, pretty hair, like good posing. She looks balanced. She looks even, symmetric. It's amazing. Okay, next in 3rd place is Gabriella, and I love her legs. She's got beautiful quads, but her calves really caught my eye. Great size. It's just a really nice balanced look between her upper part of the leg and the lower part of the leg. It looks great. She's got nice conditioning. These muscles are really popping. Great outlining happening of the quad muscles. Super smooth, flat midsection with some nice 6-pack definition. Great big shoulders. She looks really massive. Super big delts. I do feel like that the lat spread could be wider. I don't know if that's a posing thing or just more size to the lats themselves, but I'd love to see more like width coming through so that her overall V is more exaggerated. I love her red suit and that it is so striking with those red lips. It's beautifully coordinated. It catches your eye. She stands out. I think she looks amazing. Okay, next and second is Ashley. Gorgeous. Great shoulders, great V-taper. She's got a lot of width. It comes into this tiny, narrow waistline. Beautiful legs, smooth skin, great definition in the abs in particular, but also some nice detail coming through in the quads. Like just overall, her silhouette is really lovely. I do think, though, that the tan needed to be darker, more gloss. She's getting kind of washed out by the lighting here. Maybe it was different in person than it is in the photos, but I just don't feel like we're getting a good look at the detail in her muscles. Nothing is popping and shining like it should. So a darker tan, more gloss, just more contrast between the suit and the skin tone. But her silhouette is amazing. I think she's got some fabulous definition, particularly in her abs, and she looks really good. She probably could have a little bit more size in the legs to really perfectly balance out with her really nice wide lat spread, but I think overall, like, she's got a really great shape. And remember, it was a 1 point difference between first and second, so the judges adored her. Okay, now in first place is Madison. Holy Dinah, her conditioning is out of this world. You see so much detail in the legs. Every single part of her quad is completely outlined all the way up to her suit. She looks so lean. Beautiful tiny midsection, great ab definition, nice lat spread, perhaps not the widest lat spread that we're seeing in this lineup, but it's a good balance with her legs and her shoulders. I think just overall she's got a really pleasant shape. The suit is beautiful. It's stunning. She's like the most gorgeous, pretty, sparkly butterfly. It fits her great. It flatters her physique. The straps come up nice and high right to her waist, so her waist looks super tiny. And she's posing beautifully. I see a lot of balance between upper and lower. Just beautiful. The definition in the legs really is something else. Okay, so here's everyone side by side. A few things that I noticed. In this photo, Gabriella's suit doesn't seem as high. The straps, I feel, could come up closer to the belly button and more like this. More like how we're seeing on some of the other competitors, like Ashley, for example. The straps come up really high, and I think that helps to make the waistline very accentuated. Gabriella, I think, needs more width, which I've already mentioned. You notice it when you see her next to, Shayna, for example, who has a lot more of that V shape. But my gosh, the legs on Gabriella are amazing. Great round, curvy quads and awesome calves. Madison stands out to me because of her conditioning. The legs are so well defined. Ashley, her V-taper looks really good. The ratio of those delts to the waistline is incredible. And Danielle has a really impressive V-taper as well. Really wide lats, very large legs too, but not quite as conditioned as Madison and Ashley. All right, now from behind, amazing. Ashley stands out. She's got a big back, a lot of beautiful fullness right in the midline, the central part of her back here. These muscles just look beautiful. Madison, though, her glutes stand out. They look super well defined all the way around, very full, like almost bursting at the skin, like just so beautifully full. Shayna stands out. I think her skin looks gorgeous, really smooth. But she could have a little bit more size in the legs here. Gabriella, great size in the legs, but I think more detail coming into the back of the leg would be good. Ashley's glutes are a great size, really nice small waistline. And Danielle, beautiful size as well, but I also think more smoothness into the skin and a little bit more detail coming into the hamstring would be great. What a top 5, right? These girls were all amazing. And in terms of Olympia, there she is, qualified. Okay, pro women's physique. In first place, Natalia. Second, Susan. third Haley, fourth Donna, and fifth Katie. And once again, the scores were nice and even all the way through. All right, here's Katie in fifth place. Oh, she looks great. Beautiful V-taper, tiny waistline, nice detail into the abs. I think she's got great curves into the quad sweeps. I do think, though, that she needed a little bit more curve into the inside of the leg, like just a bit more of that round fullness, and perhaps a little bit more definition to really outline those muscles and have that shredded look. I think her upper body looks really good. Nice outlining of the biceps here. The delts look really good. The abs, but I think more detail coming through in the legs, but also more size and curviness to the legs as well. But I love the bold lip. It's beautiful. The suit is gorgeous. I think it's a turquoise. I love it. I love her short hair. It lets you see the delts perfectly, and her posing is gorgeous. Beautiful arms. You definitely notice that X frame. She looks great. Okay, next in fourth place is Donna. Amazing legs. Super big, really round. I noticed, first of all, this curve to the inside of her leg. She's got nice definition all the way up to her suit. On this front leg here, I wouldn't mind if there was a little bit more detail kind of in this area. You're seeing some great lines in this back leg, but this front leg, you're only getting kind of this detail down closer to the kneecap. I think she's got a really nice small midsection with a good lat spread, but I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more height to the delts. Just a little bit more of that full rounded curved shape here. But I think her conditioning in her upper body looks amazing. You're seeing a lot of detail in the lats themselves and the arm muscles. She's posing great. I love how straight across she's got her hands. The elbows are really symmetric. She's doing a really fabulous job. I think she looks very well balanced, poised, great suit, super colorful. Her hair is up so you see the delts. She looks stunning. But yeah, a little bit more size in the delts and a little bit more detail into the legs. Okay, next and third is Haley. Love this suit. Really unique. The leopard print and ombre. It looks great on her. She's got a braid. You know, she's just very unique and it's a great look. I think her legs look awesome. She's got a nice sweep. She's got some good fullness into the inside of the leg, some nice detail, but also very like 3D. The muscles look very pumped and full, which is good. I love that you can see her glute even from the front, and you definitely notice how small her midsection is. I love how high the straps of her suit come up. It really highlights her waistline. Beautiful lats, really nice V-taper overall. She just looks great. I think she is another athlete that could have a little bit more height to the shoulders in this pose. I noticed that beautiful peak to the bicep, but I want to also notice a nice peak to the delts. But I think she's posing beautifully. Her legs look great. She's nice and lean. Her skin looks great. The tan is a nice dark color. And overall, she looks very beautiful. All right, next in second is Susan. Wow, she's incredible. She's got everything you need. She's got big shoulders, right? You see those giant curves, great arms, lots of lat, beautiful small waistline with some good ab definition and some fabulous size into the legs. I like that she's got some nice curves to the inner thigh. She's got some good size on her quad sweeps and some nice definition as well. That teardrop shape is well defined. I wouldn't mind if there's a little bit more of the lines coming up right into the thigh all the way to the suit if it was just a little bit easier to see, but I love that you can see her ab definition so well. I love her haircut. That sleek bob is so good, lets you see her shoulders beautifully. She looks extremely muscular. She looks tall, big, dense, and gorgeous. I think she's got a great overall shape. The suit is flattering. She's just amazing. Perhaps the tan could have been darker to really give her a really dark shine, that mahogany color, a little bit more gloss up into the upper body. Like I notice her legs are a little bit darker than her shoulders, for example. So I think she could have gone darker overall, a little bit more highlight, but that's about it. I think she looks really good. She's got a lot of size and beautiful shape. All right, now in first place, Natalia. She wasn't quite in the pose in this picture. It's a little blurry up in the hands, but I wanted you to see her in a similar pose to what I've shown everybody else. And man, what I'm loving most is the curves in the legs. She really has beautiful fullness to the inner thigh, but also the quad. But while she's having this crazy, beautiful fullness, she's got detail all the way from her knee right to the strap of her suit. The lines are etched into her skin. The muscles are really full, and she's just stunning. It's a great, perfect level of conditioning. You've got the six-pack abs, you've got the obliques, you've got nice fullness in the lats, and her arms look incredible as well, and a good amount of size. So the upper body doesn't overshadow the lower, the legs don't capture your attention before you see the arms. Like just, you see her beautifully from top to bottom, a great X frame. Her hair is up off of her shoulders. The suit is beautiful. It complements the hair tone perfectly. Her tan is gorgeous. Her skin looks amazing. She's just wonderful. Let's take a look at the lineup. Okay, I realize this is a terribly zoomed in photo, but I wanted you to see everybody side by side. And even with it being pixelated, you can just see Natalia's balance and the beautiful curves in her legs and just how much conditioning she has all the way through. Like, I think Kate has some beautiful size for sure. The quad sweep looks great, but you don't have as much detail as you have as Susan beside her. Susan, gorgeous legs, nice midsection, beautiful lats as well. Like I said, I think her tan could have been darker to really highlight the muscles a bit better, and not quite as much detail into the legs as Natalia, into this inner thigh area. Haley, beautiful leg definition, really small waist. She's got that nice V-taper shape. You know, next to Natalia, though, perhaps not as curvy and round, especially on the inner part of the leg. Donna, amazing size, very curvy and full round. Her waistline, maybe not as defined. You don't have as much six-pack definition. And she could have a little bit more height on the shoulders when you look over at Natalia in first. And from behind, yeah, even in the zoomed in photo, you can see the definition on Natalia. She's shredded. She's got so much detail coming through in her back. Her glutes are sharp. It's crazy. No one comes close. She absolutely dominates in this back pose. You know, Susan's got some great size. Katie's got some beautiful width to her glutes. Haley's got a lot of great definition coming through. Really nice small waist. Donna, beautiful upper back. But Natalia, the detail, the curve in the leg, the definition, and all of this gorgeous density just coming through is unbeatable. So there she is, qualified for Olympia. That's it for the show. There was one other show last weekend, which I will try to find some pictures of, and 2 more shows coming up this weekend. So make sure you subscribe. I'll be back with recaps of those as soon as I can. Give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at Turquoise Toffee.